So you've learned from me how you could take the bump and run stroke to hit a variety of short game shots, all by changing the setup position. So right here, the bump and run, ball position is in the center of the stance. My weight's still on my left foot, my body is still closed. Here's the pitch. I move the ball to the front of the stance. Immediately the bump and run turns into a pitch. Now I'm going to open my stance, open the club face, keep the ball in the front of my stance, and that same bump and run stroke becomes a lob. And guess what? It works in the bunkers too. So the lob and the bunker shot are actually very similar. It's essentially you're doing the exact same thing. You're opening up your body so that you can have a glancing blow across the ball, which gets the club in and out of the sand as quickly as possible. And you still have your weight anchored on your front foot, and you're still closed through impact. But there is one additional variable, and that's that you have to hold the club face open throughout the entire swing. Notice how I'm pointing at the club face there, and how the club face is pointed towards the sky? The face of it is facing the sky. You have to hold the face open throughout the swing, and that's what's going to allow the club to slip under the ball. It's what's going to allow the club to come out, the ball to come out higher and softer with a little bit of spin. Now, I heard Jack Nicklaus say once the key to playing out of fairway bunkers was avoiding fairway bunkers, and I can't stress that enough. When you add these variables, you're just making yourself more vulnerable to hit poorer shots. So we always want to leave ourselves in a position where we're not vulnerable. Now, you'll hear on tour that there's this dialogue that a tour player would rather be in the bunker than not when he's around the greens. Well, that's because on tour, the rough is 3, 4, 5 inches thick at least. And so consequently, they want to be able to access the back of the ball, and that's why they'd rather be in a bunker than in deep rough. So at all costs, you should try to avoid greenside bunkers. But if you do find yourself in one and you've developed the bump and run and put some time in to practicing the sand shot, you should be able to get out of bunkers very effectively. Now the glancing blow. Watch me here. As I'm set up, I'm going to swing along my body line, but my body line is well left of the target. Then I open up the club face so that the ball will go towards the target. And then a very important thing about your sand wedge is you have a bounce. The bounce on your sand wedge is what allows the club, it's what makes the thwack sound. It's the thing that keeps your club from digging. Now, how you gain access to that bounce is by opening the club face. That's going to give you your maximum bounce and get the club in and out of the sand as quickly as possible and allow you to use the tool in the way that it was designed to be used. I want to point out too that I'm hitting a lot of shots here, and the purpose being is to show you that you're going to have misses, but if those misses group right around the target, my target is that rusty pan there, if your misses group right around the target, you're probably going to get the shot up and down. Okay, I made that one. Now I'm going to increase the length of the swing and hit it into the section of the wash that's about 8 yards further. You have to increase the length of the swing to change the length of the shot that you're hitting, but as you do that, you're adding a variable, thus making the shot more difficult. Thus, once again, try to avoid bunkers at all costs. If you use proper strategy and course management, it should be very easy to avoid bunkers. It shouldn't be something that you're continuously in. And that strategy and course management is something that when you look at a green, you spot those bunkers and you make sure that you select a shot and a club that takes those bunkers out of play to the best of your ability. You know, best case scenario, we never have misses, but you want to anticipate where your misses go and try and make sure that those misses leave you with bump and runs and pitches before they leave you with lobs and bunker shots. So bunker shots really require a lot of practice before you're going to start to see the results out on the course, and that's just because they're difficult shots. So make sure you put in the time to first build your bump and run and your pitch, and then you'll have a chance to hit some explosion shots. Now I'm going to show you a full explosion shot. That's about the max that I can hit an explosion shot. I'm still doing the same thing. I'm still anchored with my weight on my left. I still have the club face open and I'm holding it open throughout the swing. I'm still swinging along my body line, and I'm still closed through impact where you can see my left arm over my right at and through impact. But I'm maxing out the swing, thus maxing out the variables and how vulnerable the shot is. This is a very difficult shot to play, and even if you do hit it solidly, it's very difficult to control the spin. But the whole point being of this lesson is that if you can take the time to build your skills with the bump and run and the pitch and then the lob, you're going to find that you can transfer those skills right into bunkers and get yourself out of hazards if you find yourself in one.